Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Today I'm going to be talking about how I built my business and tell a little bit of my backstory. As Jeannie and I spoke about, so I'm really excited about doing that, and it's my first time on MPI. So, hi everybody.
Awesome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. But you got to sell your room. Like, why should people go to your room? Like, where are you at in the business? What's your AUM? How much money you making? Like, come on, give us a sale.
All right, I got you. I didn't know it was a sales pitch, Brad. I got 90 million in AUM. Goal is to get 100 million by the end of the year, which I think I'm on track to do that. I should turn over sometime in the next 30 days in my sixth diamond, so that's pretty exciting, right? My story is pretty interesting one. When I joined in 09, I was, broke, bankrupt, and on welfare. So I'm going to share a little bit of that story. Spend a little bit of time on that and kind of take people through the years to where I am current day and what I've been doing over these last 5 years to really build the business and finally put some numbers up on the board that continue to be going in the right direction.
Wow, that's awesome. Congratulations. Mario, listen, it's tough to compete with that. I mean, how do we compete? Mario's going to be doing a training today on how he's recruiting with the Fin, but I don't know. I got some FOMO, Mario, about being in Jody's room.
I'm going to be in Jody's class. I'll do mine next week.
Love it. No, you can't do that. We got you in. So, what are you going to be talking about today, my friend?
I was gonna talk about, like, man, how we did the switch and our recruiting's still up. We're growing like crazy and recruiting, licensing, premium, and securities. Our hierarchy is a builder's hierarchy. And last month, because I'm blessed to own a lot of hierarchies, we picked up 20 million in securities. That's big for us because we used to do 20 million maybe in 2 years, and we're doing that a month. So thanks to MPI, how we implement this and didn't stop the growth. As a matter of fact, I can recruit anybody through securities. Securities is sexy. I'm going to talk to them how I build my business the hardest way, selling people like, hey, dude, you're going to die. Like, you want to make sure you leave your family something. I'm like, dude, that crap's depressing. But thank God I have great friends like you, like Benjamin over here, like Dave, that, man, helped me tremendously, and I just apply what you guys teach me.
Yeah, so you're recruiting kind of with the Fin, you mentioned, and Mario's going to show you what he's doing. Tell me, you told me you've been recruiting some pretty high-end income earners with this message.
Absolutely.
Lately.
Everybody, I'll show exactly how I recruit anybody. I recruited $6 million earners that are $8 million earners in their industry, and there's a big difference between there's a huge, like, this is what I want people to know. A no gets you the same results. A no gets you the same results. But a yes from a leader gets you 10 times to 1,000 more results. I'll show you how I'm getting after the leaders, and I get everybody. Like, I'm sitting down with companies that I'm going to get everybody. It's crazy because the leaders are like, hey, I'm doing this, you're doing it. They're the leader. So there's a big difference. So yeah, I'll show how I'm doing it with the Fin. I recruit everybody through the Fin.
Awesome. Dave Harms, you're going to be touching on how to get licensed fast. And Dave, I don't think there is any business better in the world to recruit to than securities.
There's no question about it, and I wish I was in Mario's room and Jody's room. But it all starts with getting a license, and I don't think it's as hard as people make it. There are some specific strategies that, when followed properly, they will knock it out in 2 to 3 weeks, and it works for all licenses. A lady reached out to me that was struggling with her mortgage license. She had failed that 3 times and had to wait 6 months if she failed it again. And we worked together, we went through things, and she just passed yesterday. So it works for all licenses, and you can get fully licensed within 30, 60 days if you get serious about it.
Awesome. That's
hey, Brad, could you have somebody from home office I'm going to let somebody share their screen so I can show them the actual Kaplan stuff. So I don't know.
Okay.
They can't share their screen unless somebody lets them share a screen, I think.
Yeah, I got to make them a panelist or co-host. Tell me the name, and I'll bring them over and make them.
Okay, I'll text you once I get in the room because I won't know until I get in the room.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds
cool.
good. Awesome. Good. That'll be a great room. Jody, welcome to MPI. I've heard a lot about you, and how great you are at the CRM, and so what are you going to be covering today in your room?
Well, if anybody wants to blow through diamonds, they can definitely do it. We got our third diamond because of CRM, and we have not just done it ourselves. We have trained multiple people, RVPs, how to blow through 2 and 3 diamonds through using the company's CRM. It's mind blowing. We're in a trotting position on a horse, but the company's getting ready to enter the Kentucky Derby of life. Okay, so we're going to be racing here pretty soon. So you need to get on this CRM bandwagon. I'm excited. Of course, you put me on the week that Mario is teaching. So I might have 2 or 3 people in my room, but those 2 or 3, they're going to get a lot out of this.
Jody, I want to be in your class.
Yeah, there you go. So CRM Mastery, and we're happy to have you on. My sister has been bragging about you and how great you are at this. So thanks for joining us today. We're going to continue to bring incredible amounts of value. So stay tuned for Jody's room if you want to master that CRM. Omar, my friend, today you are going to be talking about overcoming objections in the securities business, but you're going to be doing it in Spanish. So
yes.
If you don't speak Spanish, you might not get much out of it.
I actually wanted to go to Jody's training. She's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be able, it's really overcoming objections. It's really managing clients' behavior, right? That's at the end of the day, that's what it is. So we'll be equipping everybody on that. We're excited.
Awesome. And Ben, thanks for joining us. Always a fan favorite. Today you're going to be touching on market update, which it's amazing that Dow you just can't stop it, eh? I mean, 50,000 is just holding there and moving up. And also, you said you're going to go over all the mistakes you've made in the business, and I said, well, I don't know, you only have 55 minutes. So.
It would take me weeks to get through them all, but maybe I'll pick the top 20 and go through those. No, I'm just going to go over from an investment standpoint all the things I wish I would have known when I first started that I know now. So I think it'll be good, but I would rather be in Jody's meeting also.
There you go. So Ben, hold it. You got, what do you have under management right now? 200 million around there, right?
Base shop, I think I'm getting closer to 350. I think we're getting closer to 500 million hierarchy, but
350 in the base.
I expect this to be well over $1 billion in 3 years.
Unbelievable access that we have. I mean, thanks to the company for allowing us to do this, and for all of the people participating. What a business we've got. So I'm going to open up the rooms. You can see, you heard everybody talk about their room. This is it. We've got 6 rooms today. If you're wondering where the Mario room is when it opens up, he's going to be in the main room. You don't have to move at all. You don't have to go anywhere. And you just stay there, and you'll be able to plug in. So we're going to open the rooms right now. We will see everybody back at the end. All right. Give everybody a little bit of time to be able to get into the rooms. Mario, I'm fired up about that. I've been selling. I've actually told Hector about this, so he might even get on and learn something. I don't know, but there's no business sexier to sell in the world today than securities. I mean, I agree. And the fear the company has, and understandably, you see recruiting's a pain. Training people, managing people. We both know how much time you have to invest in humans to be able to do this, and it's a lot easier for some people just to say, forget it, I'm just going to go build my book of business. But how do you scale? How do you have maximum impact? How do you go to $1 billion, 10 billion AUM by yourself? It's not possible. And so I would make the case everybody should be thinking about $1 billion, $2 billion, $5 billion in this market. That has to be done through recruiting. And so, it's worth it to recruit, and there's no easier, sexier business to recruit to than this business, right?
Absolutely. I was watching MPI, and I was like, my goodness. When I seen this, I'm like, I felt like I got revived again. I was like, whoa, this thing is so darn amazing. And man, I see Wayne up here. Thank you, Wayne, for everything you've contributed, because you fired me up, man. Arlene Larson, when he was, I seen a video that you shared, Brad, about him, about the massive passive income, the residuals. Dude, he fired my butt up. I'm like, dude, I've been building my business the hardest way. And when I seen this, it blew me away, Brad. And I'm like, dude, how can I make it simpler? How can I make it in a way that my newest guy can be explaining this? And literally, dude, Brad, I got this guy, and he was my guinea pig. He doesn't know it, okay? But his name is Anthony and Naomi from Florida. And his first month, like, well, is it duplicatable? Of course, Mario can close. I'm Mario Arizon. I can get a notepad and a pen, and I'm going to close any investment, any recruit, anything, right? Why? It's our confidence, okay? And guys, how do you get really good at something? Doing it over and over again. And I'm going to talk about this because everyone thinks, like, oh, man, if you have a good father, Brad, I'm telling you, like, the mindset we have is like, if you have a good father, you're going to succeed in life. I wish I can tell you a good father will help you succeed in life. My sister and my sister and myself have the exact same father and mother. One decided, they said, they told her, why do you live like this? Why are you in and out of juvenile hall? Why are you in and out of jail? Why are you a drug addict? Why? He said, did you not see my childhood? We lived in a van with my mom at one point. Did you not see that we used to work at a swap meet? Did you not see that I used to have to sell teddy bears and flowers with my brothers and sisters? Do you blame me? And they asked this kid, Mario Arizon, why he's so damn driven. I said, did you not see how I grew up? I grew up in a van with my mom. I used to sell at swap meets. I used to sell in street corners with my mom flowers and teddy bears. How can I not want to be successful? How can I not want to master the money game? I was so darn driven. Like, dude, I was the one. I was selected to be the one to get my family out of poverty. How can I not have motivation to be who I am? So it's not your parents that are going to make you successful. It's not, I wish I can tell you that having a great mentor is the answer. There is this guy named Judas and this guy named Peter that had the greatest mentor of all time. His name is Jesus Christ. One decided to commit suicide, and one is in heaven with Jesus. It's not your mentor. You know what's it's not that. You can have the greatest parents. I have the greatest parents. You can have the greatest mentor. It ain't that. It's what you choose to believe. It's what you choose to believe that changes everything. That's why MPI is everything. That's why, Brad, being around someone like me, you can't help but want to do more. There's someone just listening right now like, damn, I just woke up something in them. Why? It's our brain frequencies. I promise you. Man, if you're around low vibrant people, you're down with them. You're playing victim with them. We can't help it. But Brad, you're around a bunch of winners. Like, dude, let's conquer the world. We got this. We were selected. We're the ones. We're going to do something unfreaking believable. Man, you can't help but like, you know what? Damn it, we're here for bigger. What am I doing? I ain't no victim. That's why MPI is so important. That's why being around this is super important, because the belief level, where we're going, the leadership. So Brad, I got a hold of this. I started leading from the front. I didn't tell my team, hey, let's do some securities. I said, watch me win the securities trip on my own. Watch me do this. Watch me break records. I broke California records as an SNSD, right? I broke California records. Like, how is this happening? Man, Brad, if you look us up, even Initial Securities last month through first, we're number one. This month, we're number one. Dude, we were this, not just 1 month thing. Oh, now our hierarchy's picking it up. How? Leadership, belief level. Our people started believing because the leader believed. We didn't just say, hey guys, I think you should do this. They're like, watch me. This is the greatest way. Look at the people I'm bringing in. And I'm bringing up people like, hey, excuse me. What's the most money you made at your job or your current career? Some people are like, oh, I work at a warehouse, $3 grand, $5 grand. People I'm bringing in, 200,000, 300,000. I'm like, I apologize. Not for the year, for the month. I do it on purpose. Like, no, I made 200 grand for the month. And you're doing this business? Yes. Why? My securities. That license, unbelievable. Coach Mario showed me that. Why wouldn't I do this? Everybody needs this. It's how you sell it. It's your belief level. Well, that's Mario Arizon. BS. Belief system. BS. Oh, because you're already rich. Yeah, right. Guys, I'm recruiting people that make more money than me now. What's the excuse? I recruited a guy that sometimes makes $20 million in a day, Brad. In a day. He's one of the biggest tax that he mentors the Fortune 500 companies. Think about that, on how to save money on their taxes. And he's seen me, he's seen my energy, he's seen what I'm doing. He's like, dude, this is unbelievable. He doesn't even know where I'm at. I just carry myself really, really well everywhere I go. I know someone's, oh, that's not my style. Well, you'll never attract the people I get. I teach my people how to dress sharp. Act like it, dress like it, think like it, believe like a multi-million-dollar earner and $1 billion earner, and that's what you will attract. I don't chase, they chase me. Why? I promise you, do you think I'm dude, the way I dress, the way I carry myself, people prospect me all the time. Excuse me, what do? You look successful. Like, what do? I'm just telling you, we can keep being the same us and keep on getting the same results, but we change for the better. Dude, it's rare, Brad, you see one of my teammates look like crap. I'm on that all the time. They must be new. Right?
Big message there, and here's the thing. People come to me and they say, well, how can I build a team, Mario? I'm not making money. Like, how do I sell a dream when I'm not making money? And I'm like, well, it's a good thing Steve Jobs didn't think you first have to make money before you get the team. It never works that way. You first build that team, and what are you selling? None of us were making money in the beginning before we built the team. We sold where we were going. Hector always talked about that. People join where you're going. So, it's so important to have that mindset of what you're selling here.
Absolutely. And you know what it is? It's your belief level. How do you do that? You surround yourself with winners, and you start believing you can win. Dude, you know what's so crazy? I went to this beautiful restaurant in Orange County. I think it was Newport. Just beautiful place. And I also went to this place in Bel Air. It's a Bel Air restaurant. And I have my mentoree that's coming with me. He's my driver. I have a driver. And you're like, well, Bougie, like, no. I have a driver because that 2 hour one way, I got more things done. I just value my time. The time that I could have been, I value my time. So I have a driver. In those 2 hours, I made more money than I can pay him for the entire month. In those 2 hours, instead of me being on the phone or texting or risking my life. So I invest. Anything I can pay someone else to do where I can have more value, like I just didn't value it. My dad would teach me core concepts. That's all he knew because his father was poor. If you can do it yourself, you do it. You don't pay anybody else. Guess what? My dad was struggling. All he passed down, he did pass down hard work, but he passed down struggle of advice. You know what I'm passing down to my children? Greatness, wealth, perseverance. Man, your time is more valuable. This is the time. This is what you do. So, guys, I changed the script. My dad never self-improved. I love my father. I wouldn't be who I am without my fathers. I have two great fathers. But guess who their mentors were? They're broke. So what are they going to teach me how to be broke? I had to seek out mentorship to increase my belief level. That's everything. And I'll get into this. But guys, I can teach you any tool. Like, well, why don't you just get into it? Because if your mindset's not right, it don't matter what I teach you. Dude, if your confidence is not right, if your tonality is not right, if your passion's not right, it don't matter what I teach you. Someone can do the exact same presentation. They said no. Of course they say no. You're like, do you know your FIN number? Do you want to know your FIN number? Okay. How much do you have? Like, I said the exact script, but your tonality shit. I'm being real with you. Your body language is horrible. Your energy is horrible. Your energy introduces you before you can introduce yourself. Same thing with your body language. How are you carrying yourself? God, I'm telling you, all this matters. You can have the fanciest presentation, Brad, but your ass is dead. You have no tonality. You have no energy. You're nothing that I want to be like. And you get the greatest presentation ever. And I can just get a freaking notepad and like, dude, Brad, this is why you got to get this license, the greatest license in the world. Man, I think that they just showed the last statistic, $150 trillion industry. Trillion. There's not enough financial advisors. Dude, we're going to be so freaking big. Like, bro, all you got to invest is $99, $25 to get your life. It is the greatest freaking business in the world. And they're like, dude, I'm in. That's it. Literally in 2-3 minutes, like, bro, let's go. What do we got to do? You can give an hour-long presentation, boring-ass tonality, overflowing with so much information. They're not going to join you. Maybe I'm being too direct, Brad, but I'm telling you.
No, listen, but I'm not Mario Arizon, and I understand people saying that. I'm not either. I've often said Mario is Tony Robbins in Primerica. I mean, Mario, but you don't necessarily need to be like Mario but you have to have passion. You've got to believe. You've got to have a big vision. That's what people are buying. I mean, Hector's not Mario. We've all been around Hector, and he's built this monster business. Arlie, we all have different personalities. We're not saying you have to have a different personality. If you don't have Mario's personality, you're not gonna make it. There's not a lot of personalities like Mario, but the vision, the drive, where are you going? This big vision that captures people when you're talking to them. That's really what it is, right?
Absolutely. There's a lot of different personalities, but they gotta have that excitement. Meaning, like, even if it's a tone, I have people that are really shy, but they're excited when it comes to this. Like, they turn it on. They're like, man, look, this is why I'm excited. What separates you from every financial advisor? I would write this down, your personal story, why you do what you do, why you love this. Mm-hmm. You need to say that, Brad. You know when I say, like, man, I would do this business for free. I love it. Yeah. I'm the modern day Robin Hood. I don't need to steal from the rich because they have abundant mindset. When I'm around my wealthy friends, they give me everything because they think there's enough for everybody. Abundance. You know when we think you have to steal? When we live in the hood. Man, I remember fighting for the last part of the dinner. Like, man, like, who's going to get the last part? Like, dude, scarcity mindset. I don't need to steal from them. I borrow. I educate myself when I'm around my friends that are very wealthy, and I bring it back to our neighborhoods. I'm the modern day Robin Hood. I love what I do. I know what it is to be poor. I know what it is to be looked down on. Okay? I know that. I want to help as many kids and as many adults never have to go through what I went through. So I have a different drive. I go speak at some places that ask me to go speak, and I crush it. And they're like, well, how, like, what are you trying to sell us? Like, how do we get a hold of you? I'm like, I don't need to sell you. If you're interested, you find me. They're like, what? I literally get up on stages and I love it. I know I'm impacting people's hearts. Like, I'm here for a bigger purpose. And dude, I get clients 2-3 years later, like, hey dude, like, I've been trying to get a hold of you through social media. Guys, I'm so abundant. I just give and I give and I give. Some of you guys just give to see what I'm gonna get back. I give differently, Brad. I give to you, and guess what? I'm not expecting anything back because I serve the King of Kings. And I'm like, dude, I know if I bless you, dude, God's gonna over bless me. I cannot outgive God. I have that mentality. And if you ever want to give something back to me, man, amazing. But Brad, you know how we think? Well, I'm gonna help you. What are you gonna do for me? Yeah. That's a scarcity mentality. I have a mentality like, bro, I'll give you everything I got. Everything I got. God will always take care of me. He will. And he always over delivers. Look at my life, bro. Look at the people that I'm surrounded with. Like, unbelievable. Look at my friends, bro. Like, Brad, you know I love you, bro. You're my guy, dude. you're my boy. Like, I know I can call you. Hey, dude, I'm stuck at this. Like, I got you. Let me connect you with the right person. And vice versa. You know, you can count on me too, brother. So that's what I'm blessed. So guys,
The crusade, man. It's the crusade.
yes,
And it's what makes us different than everybody else is this crusade of, and this is the way I feel. You know, people ask all the time, well, look at all the money you've got. You're making all this money, and you know, why are you still working? And I'm like, dude, why aren't you working? Like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like we have an obligation, Mario, that we have figured something out that will change the world, that will make people's lives better. How can you possibly say, well, I got mine, so I'm good, I'm checked out? I don't get it. Like, I think we owe it to humanity, we owe it to our society to go out and share what we've got.
I agree. I agree with you. I feel indebted to God. Like, He blessed me so much. How can I not bless everyone I sit down with? I believe in my heart. I want you to hear that. I believe it. And you know what? It's beyond belief. There's a level beyond belief. It's knowing. There's a big difference between believing in God and knowing God. Huge difference. Huge difference. So I believe in God. No, I know God. I have a personal relationship with Him. There's a huge difference. And what I'm telling you, Brad, is this. I know that everybody that sits down with me, I'm a blessing to. I'm going to give them education. I'm going to change the way they think about their future, about themselves. Like, man, they are blessed to sit down with me. I am a blessing to everyone. Why would I want to stop being a blessing? That's how I see it. Like, everyone I sit down with, I'm a blessing to. The information I got, nobody got.
Yeah.
Nobody has that. So I have a different approach. I have a different edge. And by the way, you don't have to be wealthy to have that edge. I felt that when I first joined the business. I'm like, oh, I found it. I found the secret to get out of poverty. Like, oh my, I couldn't sleep, Arlie, I couldn't sleep. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna talk to this person. I better talk to them before someone else does. They're gonna join someone else's team. It's having that urgency. Like, well, I don't know if I want to hug them and their opinion. You'll never be big because you care too much what other people think. You care too much about yourself. You're selfish. Let's just be real. Because you're not thinking about them. You're thinking about yourself. You're selfish. Selfish people hardly win big here. You're not thinking right. Like, dude, why wouldn't you want to bless that person? Let them say no to their greatest future ever. Let them say no to be around amazing mentors like myself and the leaders that are here. Let them say that. You're thinking about yourself. Brad, that's my mentality from the beginning. And now I got a different buyer. They have not seen, the company has not seen, Brad, you have not seen, my team has not seen the greatest version of Mario. Like, Mario 4.0 is on right now. Mario 4.0. Why 4.0? I turned 40, right? Next year is 4.1. I get updated every single year. You know why? Because I don't stop getting better. The greatest version of myself is right now. The greatest version.
I love that, man. So help us, because I think what a lot of people are on here, they're like, okay, what is your script, Mario? And they're like, get to the script. And I'm like, the script doesn't do anything for you if you didn't get the first part of what you talked about.
Absolutely. So here's my script, Brad. All right. Things that I'm saying to people, you can switch it up to your own. Don't be, oh, I'm the modern day Robert. That doesn't fit you. All right. That's me. Figure out a way that you do it. Your personal story is what separates you. Why you do what you do. Why you love what you do. I became good friends with Ray Lewis. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champ. I mean, unbelievable. If you go on my Instagram, you see that we're hanging out, smoking cigars. I don't even smoke cigars, dude, to be honest with you. But he's like, hey, dude, you want to get a cigar? I'm like, heck yeah. We became friends. And what attracted, like, we connected was greatness. He's like, Mario, you know, we were around 40 of the most powerful people in Florida, the biggest people, billionaires in that room, multi-millionaires in this room, and athletes in the room. He's like, dude, he's like, there's something about you, kid. Like, I don't know, like, you remind me of me. And you know what it is? Greatness. I told him, you know what it is? Let me ask you, Ray. You would do what you did in football for free, right? He's like, you get me. He's like, I couldn't believe they were paying me to play the sport that I love. That's what I feel in finances. I can't believe they pay me to just educate people, like, man, to get them out of poverty, like they got me out of poverty. I can't believe I get paid to do this. I would do this for free. I'm like, Ray, I would definitely have my own business and do this on the side. Even if they didn't pay, I'm like, dude, this is what you do to save money on taxes, to save money on your insurance, and invest that money. This is how you create wealth for your family. I would do it for free, man. Hey, get me a beer. Give me a cigar. That's it, bro. That's how you get me back. I literally told him that. And honestly, I'm like, cigar. To be honest with you, Ray, I don't even smoke cigars. And he started laughing. He's like, I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna tell you no, bro. You're a 2-time Super Bowl freaking champ, dude. I want to be around greatness. He's like, bro, there's just something special about him. I'm like, dude, there's something special about you. We became really good friends. He's like, you know what? Michael Jordan's gonna like you. And I'm like, I have to act all cool. I'm like, all right, dude. He's like, you like Mike? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, you don't know, I have a big ass poster in my backyard about Michael Jordan, right? Like huge lifestyle poster. Like, I love Michael Jordan. And dude, it's crazy, man, the influence, the people that are around. And I'm like, you want to meet him? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you just can't act like a fan with Michael. I'm like, Michael who? Who's that guy? He started laughing, right? And we just joke around, but crazy the people you're around, because I decided to get great. Brad, anyone here can stop making excuses. I'm like, dude, I'm going to become a student. I'm going to become the greatest version of myself. Every day I'm going to grow. I'm going to turn my car into a greatness university. Every day I'm going to grow. When I'm in the shower, I'm going to self-improve. When I'm just lounging, like sometimes, Brad, I'll play like a little game on my iPad just to get my mindset distracted. And guess what I do? I'm self-improving. I don't stop, bro. I feel so good about myself every day because every day I grow. You know, I feel like shit when I don't grow. It's not that I don't get results in the business. Everyone doesn't get results. But it's when I don't grow. So if you become a master at growing every single day, you're going to feel amazing every day. So Brad, this is my lines. Okay, so me and you are in a golf cart. I was literally with the golf cart. This guy makes millions of dollars a year. And he's telling me what he does. And I'm like, bro, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you, man. That's a big deal. Man, how long, what got you into that? And they tell me their story. I'm like, man, what an inspirational story. You have a book yet? And they tell me like, yeah, you know, whatever. Just, you know, make them feel like, hey, as a matter of fact, I do. I'm like, sweet, bro. How can I buy it? I don't want to say, give me something. Let me buy it. You know, I'll give you. Like, bro, no, bro, I want to support you. Yeah, I want to give you your autograph, but I'm going to buy another book to support you. That's like cheap people always trying to give handouts. Oh, it's your restaurant? Well, let me go eat for free. Like, no, overpay, overdo, like support. You know, so I do things like that. So, for example, we're sitting down, I'm like, hey, bro. He's like, so what do you do? I'm like, I teach people what the banks and the insurance companies don't want you to know. And by the way, the IRS. Hear my tonality? Like, I'm telling them a secret. I say, that's what I teach. Like, bro, I save so many people in taxes, in insurance, and with the money that I save up, I show them how to invest it to create wealth. So it's, if you think about it, it's like house money. It's on the house. Like after, like, let's say you're up on, you're gambling or you're doing something, like this is money you're not even going to have. This is just like, that's what I do. And they're like, bro, we need to sit down. And I'm like, as a matter of fact, like, oh, I have a financial advisor already, but you know, I'm like, oh, bro, amazing, very smart. Of course you would. Of course you would. Since you have a financial advisor, what's your PIN? What? My PIN? Like my PIN? No, your FIN. FIN. What the hell is that? No, bro. You have a financial advisor for how long? Oh, 10 years. And you don't know your FIN? He said, what the hell is that? Your financial independent number. And if they're young, I say your FU money. The amount of money you need to accumulate, invest, that once you hit that, you're set. You'll never have to worry about money ever again. Nah, bro, I don't know that. Oh shit, bro, we need to sit down. Do you want to know it? He said, yeah. And I'll have it on my phone. I'll show it. And Brad, afterwards we can share I'll share the link where they can use it. But Brad, I know there's a financial calculator, and I'm not trying to disturb anybody's business, but I just made it simple that I don't calculate stuff. It's just, it's simple. I figured out a way just to make it really, really simple. And my newest person can do this. My newest person found $2 million in securities the first month with me. All right, he's so fired up to get a securities license, did 21,000 first month. So is it duplicatable? Yes. By the way, he's $1 million earner. he makes $1 million a year in his business. And he said, don't sit me down with anyone in Prime America, to his sister, like, I hate that company, blah, blah, blah. They always prospect me at Target. I'll sit down with any insurance company but them. He met Mario Arizona. He's like, ugh, don't tell me you're Primerica. And then guess what? He got to meet. I'm like, hey, dude, you're here. I'm here for your sister's training, okay? And it's not about the company. Do you have a good restaurant that you like? He's like, yeah. This is my favorite restaurant. How good is the food? Amazing. How good is the service? Amazing. What if one day you got a new server and they were just horrible? Does that mean that restaurant is bad? He's like, of course not. You just unfortunately got a bad server. Let me show you someone that's perfected this. That is the best of this. Let me show you why we're number one. And I showed him. He's like, bro, I'm in. This guy makes $100,000 a month. He's like, I'm in. This is amazing. We recruited 10 people for his team his first week. Closed like 10 policies and field training his first week. And he's like, he flew down from California, from Florida, and he's like, hey, coach, do we make money in this thing? And I'm like, yeah, we do. He's like, oh, you never explained to me if we make like the type of, I didn't even recruit him to the money. I recruited him that we're going to do something big, correct an injustice. He had an index universal life policy. He was pissed. He's like, all my friends have this. He joined on the crusade. I forgot to explain the compensation to him. I forgot. And he already had 10 by 10 under his belt his first week with me. You think, oh, it's the comp that recruits them. Yeah, you can show them that. Absolutely, I do. I just forgot. I just had it on my app, and the app doesn't show the compensation. But let me show you what I do. I share this with them, okay? And this is the way it works, okay? So you guys can see how I do this. And the way it works, let me just make this a little bit smaller. Let me just get this here. All right, so let me give you an example. Hey, Brad, do you want to know your PIN number, your financial? Absolutely. All right, brother, let's figure it out together. So what's your age? And let's say Brad tells me he's 40 years young, retirement age 65, and this is what sometimes happens, okay? Sometimes Brad is like, oh no, bro, I want to retire by 50. Great, I know I'm gonna recruit him. Here are those notes. I know I'm gonna recruit him. He says he's gonna retire by 50 because he's gonna have a shortfall, okay? Current annual income, and let's say he makes $100,000 a year, Brad, just an example. I recruit $1 million earners too. I'll tell you how I recruit them also, because I create a shortfall for every one of them. I recruit them to the shortfall. What does that mean? They're not saving enough money, and I'll show you my line of what I say. All right, current annual income, 100,000. Target annual income, all right, like, hey bro, if you're retired right now, house is paid for, kids are grown, how much of that 100 grand would you want to be having? If I ask the wife, just an example, she's like, all of it. Him? Oh, some guys are funny, like, oh man, 50 grand. Okay, I can live on 20 grand if I don't have the kids and the wife and I'm like, bro, no, let's just put 80%. All right, 80% or at least 100. No, can we keep 100? All right, they want 100% of their annual income. Perfect. All right, and I don't do current savings. I don't do current savings yet because this is where I get the pool, right? That we learned. So you guys taught me this with the Fin. So what I do is I just calculate here. Boom. All right. Let me see. I put calculate, and it tells me your PIN number, Brad, is $3.3 million. Do you see that, Brad? That's your PIN number, $3.3 million. So, Brad, you have your money where? And let's say they have it at the bank. I'm like, bro, if you're getting 3%, you need to be saving $7,400. Brother, you're making $8,300 a month. Your entire paycheck has to be saved. At a 9%, you have to be saving almost 30% of your paycheck. Is that doable? But before I do that, by the way, I say, okay, your PIN number is 3.3 million. I got ahead of myself. $3.3 million. Out of that 3.3 million, how much of that do you have saved? And he's like, oh shoot. And I'm like, why do you need 3.3 million? Why? Because inflation, bro, at the age of 65, your 100 grand needs to be $242,000. You minimum need to have $3.3 million to make sure this money lasts. And he's like, holy crap. Yep. So out of that 3.3 million, how much do you got saved? And that's where he'll tell me Shit, I'm behind, dude. I only have 100,000. Perfect. So I go here, all right, recalculate, just an example, and I go 100 grand. Guess what? I get 100 grand of rollover. Old 401k, sitting in a bank account, earning nothing. That's how I do it. That's where I do the pool. That's how I get it. I don't just say, how much do you have saved right up the front? No, I got to disturb them a little bit. You're off track, dude. Look at this. Calculate. All right, now that you have 100 grand, remember you had to say 2,900. Now you got to say 2,100. If you're making 9%, are you making 9% on your money? It's like, no, I'm making zero. Your current financial plan, you're on track for total disaster. Oh, all right. So with mine at 9%, if I show you how to get 9%, that's 2,100 you need to save. Damn, dude, I can't do that. How much can you save? I can save 1,000. All right, perfect. So there's $1,100, what's called a shortfall to hit your goal. There's two things that you can do. One, we can extend your retirement, 70, 75, or I can show you how to make an extra 1,100. What do you choose? Show me how to make 1,100. Recruit them. Let me show you how we get paid. Simple as that. Simple as that. Like, I know, Mario, it can't be that easy. It's that easy. You just want to overcomplicate it and show how smart you are and do this calculation and show this hypothetical. It's that simple. It's that simple. I'm not exaggerating. I recruit people in 3 to 5 minutes. That's what it is. That's my line.
Yeah,
Brad.
The fin is our superpower. I've been in hundreds. You have too. Hundreds and hundreds of homes. Some people have a version of an FNA. Some people have insurance. Lots of people have investments or IRAs or Roths. Right now. But I've never once been in a home where somebody can define their FIN number. Never once. No matter, and they'll say, "Oh, I've got an advisor," and I say exactly what you said, and immediately you separate yourself from the entire planet. You don't have to go in and say, "Well, we've got a better investment than you," or "Our investment got a better return." That's a fool's game. That FIN number, I tell people, if you have a financial plan, but you don't know your FIN number, having a retirement plan and not knowing your FIN number is like getting on an airplane, not knowing the destination. Who would do that? I mean, you might end up where you want to go, but what are the odds, right? Incredible.
It's horrible. And when people tell me like, well, who gets those returns and how do you do it? And because they can tell you like, that sounds unbelievable. There's some particular funds that I teach my people that they can own, because you cannot solicit any funds that you do not own yourself. You can say, this is what I got. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can put you. But let me show you what I got, my returns. I know, and then I do show them that. I show them where they can invest their money. And because it's MPI, I can't show a specific fund, but we all have funds that perform way better than 9% over the last 10 years. Like, come on, guys. All right, you just show what yours are. I don't want to do that, Brad, because then people, well, I'm going to do Fidelity now. Now I'm going to do Invesco. I don't want to do that for the organization here, guys. Everyone has their particular fund company that they feel. Have a couple of them that you set up, your fundamental accounts, and you teach them this. And you teach your hierarchy this. And it's that simple. We overcomplicate it. Why am I duplicatable? Simplicity. I teach my guy 1 time, 2 times, record me, how I do it. Now they're doing it. Hey, bro, do you know your FIN number? At their job, do you know your FIN number? Do you know your FIN number? Oh, let me show you. And they're like, hey, coach, I found another 100 grand. Found 3 at their job. They're excited. They're so excited. Like, bro, they want to do the business too. They have a huge shortfall. Dude.
It's the greatest door opener, right?
Absolutely.
It's the greatest door opener. And, all the guys that are out there flogging UL as an investment and, do you want to know what the Rockefellers do and stuff like that? But none of them have the FIN number. None of them will use a FIN number because you can't accomplish a FIN with that. And it's the greatest recruit. Not only will it get you clients, because it makes them think, well, my advisor never told me anything about this. Well, how do you know your plan will work without knowing what the objective is? I mean, you couldn't.
Absolutely. You know what's sad, Brad? There's leaders here that are trying to pick at what's wrong, what I just showed you. And you know what's wrong is the leadership is the lid of their organization. They want to point left, they want to put right. It's ego that stops them from growth. Like, I'm being real with you, dude. That they're, instead of like, what's right with it? What's exciting about it? What can we implement? I'm not saying everything, but like, ooh, what can we implement? That, like, what is right with this? It's ego. Like, well, we've been doing it this long for this. All right, go ahead and be a blockbuster then, bro. Let Netflix come in here and take your ass out. Go for it. I'm innovative. I'm always figuring out to give my team an edge. I'm not going to use AI. Go for it. Go for it. Art Williams didn't use AI. AI didn't exist back then. I guarantee you Art Williams is not dumb. And you're like, dude, I might not know AI, but I'm going to hire the best at AI and I'm going to train my whole organization. I guarantee you Art wouldn't let us get smoked. And,
all right, so
and
go
it's
back.
leadership.
Look, okay, so you start with, you don't walk up to people and say, hey, do you know your fin? Do you know your fin? The first thing you do is, what do you do? Tell me your story. You're building that relationship, and I think that's where a lot of people get killed recruiting. They're just, they're out there trying to farm a message, and you're not. So you know when you say to somebody, hey, what do you do? Oh man, that's amazing. And do you have a book? I'll buy it. You know they're going to come back at you with, what do you do?
Absolutely. The way I'm dressed, I just went around all these successful people and everyone's just dressed normal. I'm dressed to impress, man. I'm dressed sharp, dude. And I stand out. And people are in the room, everyone wants to talk, like, who is that guy? Why is he so confident? Why, why are people surrounding that guy? Bro, I'm just telling you, the way I dress, you will be addressed. I'm telling you, well, that's not my style. Okay, cool, that's on you. It's my style. I love greatness. I love being chased, not me always chasing people. I love dressing sharp. I love standing out. Maybe it was my childhood. Maybe because I got made fun of how I dressed when I was a kid. So now I'm like, dude, no one's ever gonna make fun of me. I'm gonna be the best dressed anywhere I go. I use my paint.
So do you do that if you're going to the grocery store? Maybe you got to go to
Yes,
Home Depot and
I
grab
look sharp,
something.
dude.
You're
I
ready
look
for
sharp.
business everywhere.
Now, if it's an emergency, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go put gas in. I'm like, no, dude, but I'm dressed sharp. Anywhere I go, I dress sharp. I'm going to the grocery store. Dude, I go to a ball game. Literally, I go to a ball game with my kids. I have appointments. I don't even dress. I'm like, dude, I'm going to a ball game. Oh, it's like, dude, you need, it's crazy how many, bro, what do you do? Man, and I'm wearing my ring. They're like, people are like, damn, what the heck? Who's that guy? Right? I see people like, dude, people ask me what I do. I'm dressed different than everybody else. I stand out.
Yeah.
I do stand out. And I know it might be kind of crazy. Now, if I'm going to Disneyland with my kids, like, dude, I'm going to Disneyland with my kids. I'm not going to dress like that. I'm just being real with you. There's some areas like this guy's going to the beach dressed like that. No, come on, don't be an idiot. Okay, but there's certain things that, yes, bro, I'm going to stand out. I go to the airport. I'm dressed sharp. The flight attendants are like, dude, the person next to me, like, all right, man, I can tell you're successful. What do you do? And that's why I teach people with the banks and the insurance companies don't want you to know, and the IRS. I see people so much money in taxes and insurance, and with the money I say, I'm like, show them what to do with it. Show them how to create wealth. I'm the modern day Robin Hood. And I go into that, and they're like, man.
Okay, so that's going to create,
can I get your
immediately
number?
create interest. Right?
Exactly. They're like, can I get your number? How can we connect? I don't ask them. I just add so much value. And if they don't ask me for the number, I'm like, for example, let me give you an example of what I do. And I said, do you have children under the age of 18? Like, yes. Now the new rule, put 16,100 into your computer right now, into your phone. 16,100 tax-free to your children. They're like, oh, shoot. Are you paying your children yet? And I show them, like, look, they pulled it up, and they're like, whoa. Just an example. When you sit down with me, I'm assuming the close. I'll teach you some other stuff. I'm just really, really busy. I just literally this, how to pay my child $16,000 tax-free from the IRS. And it literally tells you there. All right? It tells you, and they're like, whoa, this is not something I'm making up. This, you can pay your kids $16,100, write it off, and put a minor Roth there. You create generational wealth for your children. Are you doing that yet? No, I heard of that. We'll sit down and I'll teach you how to do it. They got to be. What if they're employees? Guess what? I got the greatest business opportunity in the world. Here's another thing that I add. Oh, for example, do you have? Oh, I've heard of that. Have you heard of the Augusta rule? Augusta rule. Oh, dude, you have a financial advisor. Like, you don't know this stuff? Dude, look at this. Augusta rule. You're allowed, section IRS, look at this, 208, allows you to rent your property 14 times a year and pay no taxes on it. You can have fair market value. Like you can write it up. Like, dude, this is just free money. Yeah, dude, we need to sit down. Bro, how can I get your number? They're prospecting me. Just throw a little bit of game. What if they're not a business owner?
You know,
Can you show them how to be a business owner by getting the greatest licenses in the world? Bro, I can recruit anybody. I have a guy that makes just an example, that makes $2 million a year, $3 million a year. Because I want to retire by this age in 10 years. I created such a shortfall. How much do you want to be happy? He's like, well, dude, right now I understand where I'm at, but like, if I just make $100 grand a month, I know my lifestyle is this, but I'm killing myself. If I make $100 grand a month, I'll be happy. I'm like the age of, like, bro, we got 10 years. We got 10 years to get it done if you want to retire then. I create a crazy shortfall. I'm like, dude, you're negative 50,000. What you need to be putting away, what you can. There's two things we can do. We can extend your retirement, be like everybody else. Wealthy people hate being like everyone. They want exclusive. You can be like everybody else, push you back to the age of 60, 65 to retire, or I can show you how to make an extra 50 grand a month. Show me how to make 50 grand a month. Let's go. What do we got to do?
crazy, man. Crazy.
Those are my lines.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's finding those edges that make us, everybody thinks about saving money for their kids' education. I'm like, what if you could pre-fund your child's retirement?
Let me show you what I do with this tool. You guys ready? Look at this. So on here, I have it here. Look at this. This is how I do it. Cost of time. So let's say I sit down with this guy. Annual contribution. Let's say $7,500. They fully fund their minor Roth IRA. Okay. And starting age contribution. Let's say this person's only 10 years of age, their son or daughter. Ending contribution 18, because that's when we stop getting the tax write-offs. At the age of 65, at let's say a 10%, like I'm being very conservative here, at a 10% rate of return. Okay, look at this. And this is what I do. Brad, do the math, brother. From 10 to 18, you only put out 67,000 out of your pocket. This is money, Brad. Brad, this is money you're going to throw away to the IRS. 67 grand. Your baby has 114 grand, Brad, when she's 18. Your money, you stop contributing, Brad, but the money keeps on compounding. Brad, when your baby is 40 years of age, she's a millionaire because you sat down with me. Look at this, Brad. When your baby is at the age of 65, she has $12 million tax free. This is what I do. That's why my schedule to sit down with me is 3 months out. But I like you. I'd see if I can fit you in this week.
Oh,
Look at the difference. Hold on 1 second, Brad. Look at the difference if you don't sit down with me. And let's be real, at the age of 19, were we investing $7,500? This is unrealistic on this side, but for whatever reason, she bumps into me and I teach her how to save money in her Roth IRA. She would have to save from 19 all for the rest of her life to the age of 60, 352,000 to still have $4 million less. Huh? You see this? This is what I do. Bro, when can we sit down? Oh my God, when can we sit down? When can we sit down? Please. Matt, can you fit me in this week? I know you're really busy. They're asking me. I added so much value that they're asking me, please, can you fit me in? Bro, I'm like, my next for a new client, not for my existing, but for new clients is 3 months out. Let me see if I can fit you in this week. I'm gonna tell my assistant, and I put him on, if my assistant's with me, I have 2 assistants. If it's either Liz or Edgar, like Liz, she's like, Coach, you're booked. They already know. Coach, you're booked for the next 3 months. I'm like, I know, Liz, but this guy's cool. Let's see if I can fit him in next week. There's got to be something. See if you can move someone just a little bit earlier or later. Yeah, I'll move my schedule around. Let me know whatever availability he has. I add so much value and importance of who I am that they're like, damn, I'm not doing that if I'm in shorts and sneakers. I'm not trying to be mean, like, oh, this guy looks like the average Joe Blow. I'm not trying to be mean. They're looking at me like, shit, this guy is somebody. Look how he carries himself. Look how he talks. Look at the value he just brought to me. I'm teaching you, Brad, I'm not going to be a multi-millionaire. I've been that. I will be a multi-billionaire. Those are my friends. That's who I'm associated with. That's who I am. That's what I don't believe it. I know it. I'm teaching you how to be a billionaire. This is a billionaire class session right now that I'm giving you. Literally, I'm not teaching. This is it. I'm teaching you what it takes to be a billionaire. What the amount of money I invest every month. What I structure things. Dude, I will be a liquid billionaire. Not including the assets. I own a lot of buildings. I own a lot of businesses. They're not my passion, Arlie. I just tax it right. They're not my passion, Brad. They're not. They're not. I can make this much money over here. That's great for you. I don't give a shit about that. Great. You know, like, can I get a tax advantage with it? All right, let's do it, and I'll invest it. This is my passion. Dude, you know, Brad, I got this great idea. This is going to be everything.
Yeah.
Guys, Mike Shark told me, he's like, son, he called me and he was having a good time. Let's just say that. Like, Mario, I need you to listen to me right now. Mike Shark, okay? He said, been paid $100 million. He's like, if I would have just focused on Primerica and invested my money, I would have been so much wealthier. He's like, don't get distracted, son. Every effing week, you're going to get someone telling you why something's way better than Primerica and why you should invest and blah, blah, blah. He's like, I lost millions and upon millions of dollars, son. If I just would have invested that, I would have been worth a freaking $1 billion here. But I got distracted, always chasing the shiny object, even me. He's like, I don't care if it's me and I call you to invest somewhere, don't listen to me. And I don't care if I get mad at you, don't listen to me. And you hang up the phone. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, thanks, Mike, right? Like, unbelievable. I appreciate that. I appreciate, like, dude, don't get distracted. Guys, there's going to be so much shit out there. You stay focused. Discipline will create greatness. Discipline.
So, Mario, look, a lot of people in the security side, when they get good at securities, they feel like, I don't need to recruit anymore because recruiting's a pain. You got to invest so much energy into other people, and I can just go out and work with clients, and I can be financially independent just working with clients. I can build a trail. What would you say? Why should everybody share this? If nothing else, like you said, forget about making money. Like, this is a gift to humanity. I mean, what we do, the FIN number, the concepts that we teach, everybody needs this, or they're probably going to be screwed financially. So,
Brad, they have not experienced real wealth. They haven't experienced making money. You know what real wealth is? The friendships of people's lives you impacted. I have people that on stage, when they're going to bring me, they can't bring me up because how I impacted their life, man. Like, dude, I would have not had my family if it wasn't for this man. Man, like this guy, like, dude, he got me out of poverty. Like, dude, they're focused on the wrong shit, dude. I'm being real with you.
Real wealth isn't the money. It's not the house with the 500-inch TV. It's the real wealth is the impact you get to have. Is that the way you feel?
That's the way I feel. That's what I know. Let me tell you something, Brad. At the end of the day, I sat down with this man. His name's JP Vasudevin. I went to the Bel Air Hotel. It was amazing. And there was this guy named Anthony Hopkins. He's literally a famous actor. He was right there. There's this another guy, billionaire guy, right across, like literally where we're at. And I want you to understand this. In that environment, if you're poor, that's weird. That's rare because of the environment. In most of our environments, if you're wealthy, you're rare. Like, whoa. So I put myself in environments like that, like that's the norm of making that type of money, of that type of impact. But while I was there, he said, Mario, when my wife died, she didn't ask how much money we have in the bank account. She didn't ask how many trophies we got. Where's the trophies? When she was dying in her bed. You know what she said? Look at the impact we did in these people's lives. We did good. That's what matters. She's like, what about the amazing memories we created? He's like, all that shit that you think matters doesn't matter. She didn't say, what about the house? She didn't care about the house. She didn't care about how much money they had saved. She didn't care about all the trophies. It was the memories. It was the impact. I feel bad for those people that are just thinking about themselves. I really do. You're living unpurposed. I don't mean to be mean. I'm not trying to dagger you, but like, man, maybe God created you for so much more. What an amazing story you would be like that. Like, that's it. I'm gonna change one person's life. That's it.
Yeah.
And you know what, dude? Brad, I get it. This business sucks when you're working with unmotivated people. You're just working with the wrong people. When you're working with people, like, I hate to keep, but Anthony and Naomi, they're brand new people, brand new recruits that they're in the business with me. And they make me, like, they treat me so damn well, and my wife so well, that I want to help them. Like, I'm blessed to help them. Like, dude, they give me a gift every time I see them. Like, bro, they're freaking unbelievable. Like, they treat me so good. Like, they appreciate me. Like, oh, they give me energy to do the business. I don't have to remind them to show up in every effing meeting. They're already there. The next event, they're buying tickets from Florida, coming to California. Like, not, hey, coach, it's far. I have RVPs that, like, I live, it's an hour away. Like, what? I have district leaders that are more committed than you. It's your level of your commitment will determine the level of your success. Dude, I'm telling you, work with the motivated. They spark a fire in you that you wouldn't believe. You work with the unmotivated that you have to drag their ass to every meeting, try to convince them, no, this business sucks. I get you. I've been there, done that. But God put you not to just take care of yourself, but to take others, guys, to another level. I promise you, do that into 1, then you do to 3, then 10, game over. That's going to be your, that's going to be your pride and joy. I know you think it's the money you have. I know you think it's your assets under management. The impact you have in people's lives will be your biggest reward. That you'll be bragging about, like, dude, pretty damn proud of myself. Hey, when I meet some of these people's parents, some of my people's parents, they hug me, they love me. Like, dude, you changed my daughter's life. You changed my son's life. Thank you. I was the bad guy. Oh, I've got Mario Arizon brainwashed you. I don't know what it is. Now, God, thank God for that Mario Arizon. I love that. Call it selfish, call it whatever. I don't give a shit. I love it.
So do you think a new person coming in, you teach them how to recruit the same way?
Bro,
using the
easy
VIN
this way.
number, and you don't have to be you.
No, just like, dude, do you know your phone number? Do you know this? Are you doing this? I see you have children here. Like, they talk to their own family. Like, no. They're like, hey, coach, I got another close. I got this much commit. My guy, literally, his field training, I closed like 4 of them for him. And the other like 10 field trainings that he did, he closed them. He pre-closed them. He's like, hey, coach, they $1,000 commitment, they have $100,000. $2,000 commitment, close $100,000. So I got on there, and I'm just getting the commitment, and I close them on the life insurance. I show him this, how much is going to the life insurance, how much is going to the investment. He just, here you go. Like, they already want it, coach. They already know this. And he showed his own plan. He's like, this is what I did. I had an IUL. I was getting ripped off. With the same money, this is what my coach put me in.
So there's people, okay, help us out with this. People look at sometimes a company and they divide it into 2 companies. You've got the recruiters and the premium people who kind of run it like an MLM. Then you've got the securities people who try and run it like a professional advisory. And they're 2 different businesses. And the reality is, securities people should be recruiting more people. Insurance we should be doing more insurance, because that tells us that we're meeting new people, we're adding new clients to our business. Like, it's not there's 2 businesses.
Correct.
It's that we should be doing the full job and building the business that does a full job, right?
My team, the ones that are coachable, where we do the financial side of it, that recruits people to that. Like, we change the script. Like, we sell them on the investments. Oh, by the way, it comes with insurance. Your plan comes with this.
Yeah.
I'm just being real with you. Like, you need it. This is part of the game plan. We don't lead with insurance no more. I haven't done it in 2 years now. 2 years I haven't done it.
But it's not like you're not doing insurance. Insurance protects the plan.
Bro, last month I believe my hierarchy as a whole, because I own 7 hierarchies as a whole, we recruited like 2,500, 3,000 people. We did $2.5 million in premium.
Yeah.
But now we're doing securities. We did 20 million in securities.
Yeah.
Brad, I didn't even know this, dude, but we're growing so much. It's crazy. Plus the investments over the last 2 years, dude. We hit over $1 billion, $1.2 billion between everybody under Matt. Unfreaking real.
Well, look, you're doing 20 million a month. That means really with market growth, every 3 years you're going to be adding $1 billion. I mean, in 25 years, you could easily be at $50 billion. I mean, with what you're doing. I mean, the sky's the limit.
I believe with everything in me, Brad, we'll be picking up $1 billion in securities a year, $1 billion in securities within 3 years. I really believe after that, it's going to be the compound effect. I will be picking up $1 billion a month in securities. I believe it. With building what we're doing, there's no limit. There's no limit. Dude, there's no limit, Brad. None. It's our mindset. It's our limited thinking as the leader. And this leader's obsessed with growth and being better. And I get all these MPIs. You might see me in your class. I'm a student. Brad, I invested well. I did well. There's months that I have $1 million months because of my investments in this company. Yeah. Company pays me sometimes $500,000 a month, sometimes $600,000 a month. Unbelievable between my coach. But my investments, a lot of months pay me more money than the company pays me. That's the dream you guys sold me. I'm living that.
Yeah.
And I'm still in here taking notes, getting better.
Do you feel like you're in a constant state of reinvention, radical reinvention?
Yes, and I love it. I was like, oh, here I go. I gotta change shooting. I'm like, dude, I get to grow. I get to get better. What a blessing. Like, dude, I love it. I am blessed. It's what you tell yourself. It's your belief level. I don't need to recruit. I don't have to do that. Wrong. Like, I have to. I get to. It's what you tell yourself. Again, your belief level. So, Brad, I'm fired up. I know we added a lot of value. I know we added value. Anyone that wants to become mega wealthy here, they apply. Exactly what I say. Guess what? And Brad, at first they might not get the same results. So what? Keep swinging the damn bat. Stop finding excuses why not to succeed. That's it.
Deliver value, right? You are delivering maximum
That's all I
value
did.
into a market that needs it.
Everybody needs and wants what we do, even if they don't know it. So your job is to disturb their world, give them so much value that they're chasing you. Hey man, when we sitting down, my clients are calling me. They're like, hey dude, think about that. I need prospects. Why? Because I added so much value.
Dude, that was incredible. I think we should see a recruiting explosion when people understand how to do what you talked about. And you gave us a clinic this morning. I really appreciate it. I know Arlie's in a car driving right now, so he couldn't get on. He's going to pick up Doug Jackson, which is his upline, from the airport. And 30 some odd years ago, Doug Jackson invented the FIN number.
Wow.
As this is really what we do, and look at what's happened. Now you've got the FIN number recruiting thousands of people into our business right now because it separates us from everybody else.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
The ripple effect of one person. We don't understand that one key, a small key opens big doors.
Yeah.
A small key can open up a vault. One small change, one small little tweak in our thinking and our belief level can open up a whole new world. It's all about our belief. That's why we got to plug in with people that are next level thinking.
Incredible. Love it. Thanks, brother, for getting on. Awesome to have you. You're welcome back anytime to run a room. I know you get on, but we love having you running a room. I want to thank everybody that ran rooms today. I know there was just incredible value. This is the most important training platform in the company by far, and we're going to continue to bring you value. That's about all we got today. Thanks, Mario, Omar, Jody, Ben, Eric, Dave, everybody that came on and helped us today. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Let's close the month strong. Let's go and have a killer close to this month and get ready for an incredible, incredible June. Take care, everyone.